The sound of the alarm clock echoed through the small apartment. It was 4:30 a.m., and Adam groaned as he reached out to turn it off. His body ached. His mind begged for more sleep, but he forced himself out of bed. This was his new routine, one he had committed to just a month ago, just 6 weeks ago. Adam was stuck in life. He had big dreams, but no progress. He wanted to start his own business, get in shape, and improve his life. But every day passed with the same results: procrastination, excuses, and regret. He would tell himself, "Tomorrow I'll start." But tomorrow never came. Until one night, when everything changed. That night, Adam sat on his couch, scrolling through social media, when he saw an interview with a famous entrepreneur. The man was asked, "What is the key to success?" His answer was simple: discipline. Success isn't about talent or luck. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Those words hit Adam like a punch in the chest. He realized that his dreams weren't out of reach. He was simply not disciplined enough to achieve them. He made a decision. From that moment on, he would master discipline. But he had no idea how hard that journey would be. Adam decided to start small. He set a simple rule: wake up at 4:30 a.m. every day and go for a run. No excuses. The first morning was brutal. His body resisted. His mind screamed, but he pushed himself out of bed. He ran a mile, gasping for breath, and returned home feeling exhausted, but proud. The next day was worse. His muscles ached, and his mind whispered, "Skip today, just this once." But he shut down the excuses and ran again. By the end of the first week, something strange happened. He didn't just feel stronger physically, he felt mentally tougher. The simple act of waking up early and running gave him a sense of control. For the first time, he felt like he was winning against his old habits. But then came the real test. One evening, after a long and tiring day at work, Adam felt drained. He had planned to work on his business idea, but exhaustion took over. He grabbed the remote, ready to sink into the couch, when a thought stopped him. Is this how you change your life? Frustrated, he stood up and forced himself to his desk. He opened his laptop and began researching. The first hour was painful. His mind fought him, urging him to quit. But then, something clicked. The more he worked, the more focused he became. That night, he went to bed late, exhausted, but satisfied. He had won a battle against his old self. This pattern repeated. Every day, his discipline was tested. Some days, he lost, but most days, he won. And with each victory, his confidence grew. After a month, he noticed a shift. Discipline was no longer just a struggle. It was becoming a habit. 3 months into his journey, Adam saw real progress. He had lost weight, his business plan was taking shape, and his mindset had completely changed. One day, he met an old friend, James. "Man, you've changed," James said. "What's your secret?" "Discipline," Adam replied with a smile. "I stopped waiting for motivation. I just do what needs to be done, no matter how I feel." James laughed. "That sounds exhausting." "It is," Adam admitted. "But you know what's more exhausting? Regret." That conversation made Adam realize something. Discipline wasn't just changing his life. It was inspiring others. One morning, Adam woke up feeling off. He checked his phone and saw an email that made his heart sink. His startup funding had fallen through. Months of effort, gone in a second. For the first time in months, doubt crept in. Was all this even worth it? He sat on his bed, staring at the wall. His old self would have given up, but now he was different. He had built discipline, and discipline meant pushing forward, even when everything seemed lost. So he did what he always did. He got up, put on his running shoes, and went outside. As he ran, he realized something powerful. Discipline wasn't just about habits. It was about resilience. It was about training your mind to keep going, no matter what. By the time he returned home, he had a new plan. He wasn't going to quit. He would rebuild, smarter and stronger. A year later, Adam's life was unrecognizable. His business was thriving. He was in the best shape of his life, and he had become the kind of person he once envied. When people asked him how he did it, his answer was always the same: discipline is the bridge between goals and success. Motivation fades, talent helps, but discipline, that's what makes the impossible possible. Discipline is not about being perfect. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. It's about choosing growth over comfort, progress over excuses. If you want to change your life, don't wait for motivation. Start small, stay consistent, and trust the process. Because in the end, the people who win are not the most talented, the luckiest, or the smartest. They are the ones who have the discipline to keep going, no matter what. So ask yourself, are you ready to take control of your life?